What is up, whammin' and gentle whammin'? We are back today with an updated Orcust combo tutorial. I'm sure I'm gonna screw this up, but I don't see a lot of people going through how the deck's playing nowadays, and you all seem to really like my last Orcust combo tutorial. But before we can get into the combo, we have to go through what the updated list is. That way things make sense once we start talking. Alright guys, so without further ado, I'm not going to sit here and talk super detailed about the list. It's kind of streamlined. A lot of people are playing very similar list, very little tweaks and adjustments everybody's making to play with their playstyle. But let's start it off with our starter cards. We got the 3 Matmans and then our 2 Warrior Brothers. We got the Greffer and the Armor Knight. I like having 3 Maths. He helps players around. There can only be one, and we all know that already. We already know why we're playing it. These are really good cards. You could cut this to 2. I'm going to be testing it more. Got a regional coming up in Columbus, Ohio next month. So if you guys are going to be there, hopefully, well, none of y'all know who I am. None of y'all care about that, but I'll be out there at Columbus trying to get that invite, and we'll see what we can do. But we're going to adjust and play with the list between now and then, so drop your suggestions in the comments below. But I'm not sure if I'm going to cut to 2 or stick with 3. I'm still playing around with the idea. I'm not sure how I feel about only having 4 starters. I like the number 5. Alright, so let's move on. Next, we got our Orcusts. We got the 3 Nightmare, 3 Harp, 2 Symbol, 1 Wand, 1 Gizmek. I'm bad at managing my resources, and we're playing return, so we want to bump up the numbers. That way we have targets for return to kind of get our deck going, and Allure's really strong. Next, I'm deciding to play hand traps. The hand traps I'm going with is 2 Phantasme, 2 Ash. Every time I cut this card out of the deck, I miss it. It's the only monster that conflicts with Allure, but I'm kind of okay with that. I understand that there's going to be times where I draw Ash and Allure, and it's going to be terrible, but Ash is a very powerful card, especially at my locals, so I've decided to go with it. I may switch to DD Crow, but I'm not 100% sure, and Phantasme doesn't need any explanation. On to these spells. We got the triple Allure for draw power because we run a dark deck, and then for the Orcust draw spell, we got 2 returns. Return super powerful. It's literally trade in for Orcust, and it's another starter card if you open like Nightmare or something. And then for the other Orcust card, we play the 1 Babel because Babel's like the best card in the deck. Next, we got for the new engine in the deck, we're playing the Engages because Engage is busted. It's literally Pot of Greed. Search any card in your deck, draw a card for free. No reason, just draw a card. I'm playing 2 Shark Cannon, 1 Anchor, and 1 Drones as my targets. I like to have 4 targets in deck. That way Engage is more alive and more likely to be more impactful later on in the game. It's not always what you're searching with Engage, it's what you're drawing off of Engage that makes it busted. I'm liking the 2 Cannons and the 1 Widow. Well, you can only have 1, so like these are like staple, and then this is a flex spot. And Shark Cannon, you must have at least 1 Shark Cannon because it's so good right now. I'm liking 2 just because it like lets you kill for free. I'm thinking about playing Afterburner. I'll probably try it out tomorrow at locals. I'll try out the Afterburner, see how that plays out. But yeah, that's the Striker package. And then for the round off the spells, we got the Double Twin, Foolish, Rhoda, and Upstart. These 2 are also starter cards, so that bunch your starter count up to 7 instead of just 5. That's 1 card starters at least. And then Upstart just gets you another card in the graveyard. I'm opting to run Twin Twister over Cosmic because the way my locals is set up, I play a lot more rogue and back row centric decks. I don't play a lot of meta at locals. So yeah, that's why I play Twin Twister over Cosmic. I don't think it comes up that much in the mirror match. I know a lot of people say, well, this is bad if your opponent has a ding established. Really, you can play around the Orcust board in the mirror match fairly well, especially going into games 2 and 3. I don't think this is going to cost me a game in the mirror. You've got so many cards in your main deck that just like are very strong in the mirror match. It just comes down to who draws better and who's the better player or pilot with the deck. And then finally, to round off the deck, we got the 2 imperms, round off our hand traps into 1 crescendo to search with Galatea. And that's the lineup for the deck. Now, for the extra deck, we got our 1 Dancy Field Center. We're going to start with the striker links. I'm deciding to play Kagari and Shizuku. I know you don't have to play Shizuku, it's an optional thing, but I just like the interaction with Hornet Drones and Harpor. You aim on, searching, engage, and it's kind of nice. I like it. It's pretty cute. Yeah, you don't really need Shizuku. I might end up cutting this for something else. I'm not sure what I would cut it for yet, but I'm open to suggestions. This combo doesn't come up very often, but when it does, it's kind of fun. Kind of cool. I like the idea. But Kagari is kind of staple with the Sky Striker engine. Next, we got the triple Galateas. We got finally got our pretty boys. Hopefully that helps us get that invite in Columbus. But you have to play at least 2. Some people are opting out of the 3rd. It doesn't always comes up, but I like to have it because, again, I feel like I'm bad at managing resources sometimes. You got the 1 IP because it's IP. It's probably our go-to play going first, and it just completely busted. You got the 1 Barricade because it's just another 2-card starter. If you get like a starter and an extender, and you need to discard a card, so like if you start off with the Kagari, you can make this and then pitch the Nightmare in hand, and then just like go off. If you open like Drone's Nightmare, it's just like busted. Phoenix because it's Phoenix, it pops cards. It's probably one of the best generic Link 2s in the game right now, and it just helps you clear stupid stuff like their cans and stuff like that. So you kind of have to play this right now. We got the 1 Long Boy because Long Boy's busted. He's like super powerful and very underrated. You have to play 1. He's really, really good. I'm playing the 1 Trisbania right now because, again, my locals is a lot of back row decks. I'm going to test out swapping this for 0 Boros this weekend because I feel like I've been very underestimating that card, and I need to just actually make it my option instead of this to deal with back row decks just to see how it plays out. Then we got the 1 Unicorn because Unicorn, making Unicorn your opponent's turn comes up a lot, and it's really, really strong. 1 Borosword for game. I know a lot of people are saying that Borosword doesn't come up that much anymore because you're grinding more with this deck. I don't think that's it at all. If I go first and when I see turn 3, I'm killing you with this card. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to kill you with this card. I'm going to clear your board and then kill you and not have to worry about a thing. Next, we got the 1 Bomber Dragon because Bomber Dragon's really, really strong, especially in the mirror match. If you can set it up to where you have 4 nukes at the board, it's really hard to play around that. Unless they just like have the out to this, but by the time you get to the point to where you summon this, on their turn, you've already interrupted them so much that they're just like, well, fuck. And then finally, we got the 2 Dings because it's Ding, probably the best card in the deck. And there's nothing I need to say about that. Side deck has not changed in a while. Still got the 3 Lancia, the 3 Smashy Rocks, 3 Mind Controls. See, a lot of people are taking these out. I don't agree with that. I really like this getting the mirror match, especially when they set up the IP board. You can go Mind Control to force out the IP play, force them to blink it out into something else, and I just like that. This is really good in the mirror. All these cards are really good in the mirror, in my personal opinion, because if they don't set up the IP play, or if you're in like mid game and you mind control a Galatea and just slap a Ding over it, it just like feels really good. It feels really, really good. And then the 3rd Twin Twister for back row decks because I struggle against back row decks because I'm a pleb. And then finally we got 2 Reboot, 3 evenly matched. Reboots for, yet again, control decks. Nothing need to say about that. Altergeist, Draco, all that shit. Evenly matched can go in against a plethora of decks right now. This handles all your rogue matchups. It handles all your control matchups. And it's kind of good in... I wouldn't say the mirror match. It's not too great against the mirror. But it handles your rogue matchups too freely. Going forward, I'm probably going to cut the reboots for something else, maybe Pankratops. But other than that, I'm happy with the lineup of the side deck. So that's the list. Let's go ahead and go through and do a couple cookie cutter combos for you guys, just so you can kind of see how the deck flows and interacts. Been playing too much Borderlands. All right, we'll be right back. Alright guys, so the first combo we're going to talk about is that Harp Horror Hornet Drones combo I was telling you earlier. It's a cute little interaction, so we're just going to go through it real quick. To start this play off, you're going to want to go with your Hornet Drones to summon out a token. Link the token off for your Kagari to add back your drones. You'll then activate your drones again to summon your token, get it out of the way. Normal summon your Harp Horror. Link your Kagari and your Harp away to summon out your Galatea. Next, before you lock yourself in the darks, you want to link away that token to give yourself the Shizuku. Now, you can activate your Harp Horror's effect, banishing it to summon from your deck your Nightmare. So, you can summon, you don't have to summon Nightmare here, but I normally do, because that's just like, I don't know why, I just normally go Nightmare here. Here you have a couple of choices as what you can do. Something I would suggest is going Galatea's effect, or not going Galatea's effect, is before going Galatea's effect, summon your Dingirsu, summon your Ding, and then equip your Harp Horror, and then make your IP. Another option you can have if you don't play Shizuku here, actually I'll go over that in a second. So you'll link these two off, make your Masquerena. Now you can go IP, or not IP, Nightmare, banish it to target your IP. I like to target IP just because, why not? And then we're going to send our Harp Horror to the grave, or not Harp Horror, for the love of Jesus. Symbol Skeleton. Use Symbol Boy's effect, banish it, summon back your Galatea. You need to summon this here and this here. It doesn't really matter too much, but I feel like it matters. It's that way you're just co-linked. I like to be co-linked more than just break one link just in case they get rid of the IP somehow. Then you'll Galatea's effect, shuffle back one of these two. I like to go Symbol Skeleton because I'm bad at resource management. So we'll shuffle back Symbol Skeleton. You have two choices here. You can go Babel or you can go Return. So if you feel confident that you don't need to do recursion in the graveyard, like if you don't need this, then you can go Babel, like depending on what else, or go Return depending on what else is in your hand. But I like to go Babel just because it's the safer play, and if you're just working off of two cards, it's probably your best bet is to go with your Babel. But that's your end board with that line of play. If we go back to when we had the token, we'll just run back there really quick, and then I'll go through what you would do if you're not playing Shizuku. Okay, we've gone back to where we had Galatea and the token. Instead of linking this away into Shizuku, if you're not playing Shizuku, you can banish your Harp Horror to bring this out. Now, once you've gotten there, you can just use your token and your Nightmare and go into your IP here, and then continue your full combo from there without wasting your Ding. This sets you up later because now you have your IP, so now you can go into your Nightmare effect and do it to dump whatever you really want, or you can just go ahead and use your Galatea, shuffle back your Harp Horror, grab your Babel, then make it roll. Hold on, stop getting ahead of myself. So we can stop here. Once you summon your IP using these two, you can then use your Galatea. But I would suggest waiting, so you go like your Nightmare, dump whatever you're wanting to dump, then use Galatea, shuffle back Harp to get your Babel. So now you have your Babel, you have Galatea, which is going to shuffle back Nightmare after you dump probably either Symbol Skeleton or Gizmek, whichever one you're wanting to have engraved for next turn. I'd normally dump Symbol so I can like recur my Ding after I link these two away, because then you're going to go Ding, and now you're set up for a good unicorn bounce. I really like this board, so if you open drones, it's kind of the line of play I like to go. But yeah, those are the two different ways you can end with the board. The only difference between this one and the other one with playing Shizuku is you end with searching and engage and a little bit less resources or a little bit more resources engraved, in my opinion. But yeah, so let's go ahead and I'll go through another quick little combo with the deck. Okay guys, for the second combo, we're gonna try to dig a little further into the deck and see if we can't get engaged to trigger to draw a card off of a 2-card starting hand. So first things first, let's activate our engage to try to bait out any hand traps to see if they have one. If they don't hand trapped here, you're gonna go through and grab your Hornet drones. Engage will go. You'll activate drones, summon drones. Summon your Kagari. Kagari's effect to target your multi-roll, and if they don't hand trap you here, you get your multi-roll back, and you activate your Rhoda. You're gonna get Rhoda for your Armageddon Knight. Now we will normal summon your Armageddon Knight. No. So here you have a choice. Depending on your hand, you can try to dig for 2 more cards engraved, or you can just go ahead and engage. I normally just go ahead and engage. If I've only got 2, I'll normally go ahead and engage because it's a safer play, and probably because I'm bad and I don't know how to do the combo properly. But we're going to go Widow Anchor, because Widow Anchor is busted against just about everything, and you can set it whenever. We'll activate our Armageddon Knight, or normal Armageddon Knight, activate its effect to dump, take a dump, drop our Harp Horror, use Harp's effect, banish to summon our Nightmare. Now here, you're kind of in an awkward situation to where you could try to go ahead and IP. You can use these 2 to IP, but you don't have any zones because we went to Kagari. But that is okay. It is okay. So we're going to link these 2 away. And we're going to summon our Masquerena. Now that we got our Masquerena. What am I doing? Not Masquerena. I've got the Macarena on my mind. We are summoning our Galatea. So you're going to link those 2 away into Galatea. Now that we got Galatea there, we got a Harp Horror banish. We're still locked into darks. That's not too big of a deal. We're going to go ahead and Nightmare effect, banish it to target our Armageddon Knight. And we're going to send our World Wand. Now we're going to use World Wand's effect, banish it to summon back Nightmare. We're going to link these 2 away. Grab our Masquerena. Then use Galatea's effect to shuffle back World Wand. And grab your Apple Babble. Once you've got your Babble. Now here, again, if you have more Orcust in hand, you don't have to grab Babble. And you can grab Return or Crescendo if you're wanting to end with Galatea and IP, but it's better to end with Ding IP. So we're grabbing our Babble. But if we had another Orcust in hand, you can totally grab Return here if you wanted to, and then try to dig for more cards. That's always an option. But here we're going to go with Babble. Then we can overlay for Ding to have protection, and then equip your Harp Horror, and you still end on the same board. But you still this ends on a similar board, but a little bit stronger because you have protection from Ding and a Widow Anchor, unlike the other board with Shizuku, IP, and Galatea. All of our graveyard effects are alive, which will be a Nightmare and a Harp Horror once Ding goes away, which Ding will go away when you link it and IP together. But that's your second combo, and we'll go ahead and see if I can't come up with a third one. Alright guys, here we are in the wondrous world of dealing with fucking hand traps. It's terrible. I hate them. You hate them. We all hate them. So, playing Orcust, your biggest fear is getting impermanenced on the map, man. Nobody likes that. I don't like that. You don't like that. I don't like doing it. I don't like getting it done to me, but it has to happen sometimes. So here's how you play around that. If you have access to Hornet drones, you can play around in permanence and still get full combo if you open a piece. We're going with the worst of the worst to open. We're going with the nightmare, the one you don't want to open. So here's how you can play around it. You got to go drones first into Kagari. Get back your drones. Summon your drones again. Get it out there on the field. Now you go normal summon Mathman. And they're like, impermanence. I'm so good. Cool. Thank you. You impermanence me. It's okay, my guy. We're going to link these two away. We're going to get our man, our boy, the man, myth, the legend, Mr. Barricade Board Blocker looking like Optimus Prime. We're going to activate his effect. Pitching Nightmare. Now, congratulations, we now have full Orcust combo. So we go Nightmare effect, banish. We're going to grab us a harp. Use harp's effect, banish. Grab yourself a symbol boy to get it in rotation. You can go many other routes here. You can use Nightmare banish to send World One, banish the World One, summon back your harp. As long, or summon back your Nightmare. But as long as you get to the same end goal, it doesn't matter. So here we're going to make our Galatea. I go this way because it gets me a symbol set up in the graveyard. Boom, there's my Galatea. We're ready to go. We're out here. We're going to use Galatea's effect. We're going to shuffle back this Nightmare. We're going to grab ourselves a Babel. Because I like Babel. I like grabbing Babel. You don't have to grab Babel, but I do. Because I like summoning shit on my opponent's turn. Because it's fun. Now, we got our Babel. Got our Galatea, we got our Mathman, so you know what we got to do. You know what happens next. We bring out Ding. We use Ding's effect. We equip the harp. And now we make the woman, the myth, the weeboo loving waifu of the century. We make the IP. She's probably like 12. No, she 800 attack. Big if true. Now you go symbol. Bring back your Galatea. And you're set up, you're ready to go for next turn. You got your harp in the grave, you got a Galatea that's going to search you a crescendo, or a return. In this exact hand, if you had another Orcust card, you could have added the return. Just remember, every time you can add return instead of Babel if you have it. I suggest only if you have the discard outlet. A lot of people are searching return instead of Babel, which is perfectly fine. Do what you feel is best. It's the biggest thing I can't stress enough. There's a lot of flexibility in this deck. You just got to make the right call at the right time. I love having Babel. It's like a comfort safety blanket for me, so I search Babel. But that's it for this combo. We're going to go through, I'm going to shuffle up real good, and we're going to try some test hands out to see, so you guys can see my thought process and hopefully fix any mistakes that I make and give me any ideas for things I could do different, do better, so on and so forth. Or if you're struggling with the deck, maybe watching me go through it helps you. So let's go ahead and get shuffled up and let's get right into it, guys.
We will conquer all the oceans you can name. No, we won't take any blame. So I'm sorry for not slipping in, but don't worry, we'll find our way in. So I'm sorry for not slipping in, not slipping in, not slipping in.
Alright, ladies and gents, women and gentle women, we're here drawing our 5-card hand. Kind of rough, looking a little rough, but it's okay because we drew foolish. So we still got full combo because we drew our one of our 1-card starters. So let's see what we can draw into with this allure. So we're going to draw 2. 1, 2. Nice. Now we got to just make a decision on what we want to banish. I'm going to banish the heart, or the nightmare, because I now have plans with this Foolish Burial since I drew heart. Let's go ahead and dig one more. Grab an upstart. Cool. We got us ourselves a hand trap. Now we can do this here. Foolish. Send, excuse me, our World Wand. Normal summon our heart. Activate Wandy Boy. Get back our nightmare. Link these 2 away. Galatea. Heart Pours effect. Banish. That symbol. Doing a big think here, real big think. How I want to do this. So yeah, we'll go ding, grab harp, link these 2 into Masquerena, Macarena. Use our symbol, bring back Gala's effect, grab and babble, shuffling back wand, because we want to keep it in the deck. Yo, chill. Alright, so now we're here. We're pretty much going to set the shark cannon and the twister. The twister just kind of bait. You can do Nightmare and send target like Gala or IP. We'll send Gizmek just to get Gizmek out of the deck into rotation. I really love Gizmek. Alright, so now we're here. We're ending with 1, 2, 3 interruptions. So 1, 2, 3 interruptions. Possibly more if we decide to go into Bomber Dragon. I think it's pretty strong. During the standby phase, what I would do is use Galatea's effect and shuffle one of these 2 back. Depends on what you're wanting. Since we got Gizmek in rotation, I'll probably shuffle back the Nightmare. I like to keep one of my symbol skeletons banished, just in case, like, that way it lessens the chance of me banishing it with Gizmek. And I always have access to my banished cards. Like, you always have access to cards in your banished pile and getting them back into rotation. So it's safer to just like leave one here. That way, if one gets banished off Gizmek, you can just like cycle this one back in and keep going. So then I would like use Galatea, shuffle back the Nightmare, and grab Crescendo. So our turn's safe. Our next turn's safe, and then do things from there. You can do nasty stuff. You can go like make Unicorn pitch the Ash if you haven't used it to bounce a card. Normally, since I have the Ash, after I use Galatea's effect and when they go to main phase 1, I'll link these 2 away and make the Bomber Dragon. If I had the 0 boars, you could do 0 boars too, because there's sometimes where you just like blow up the field or like banish the whole field and they just like blows them out. But I would normally go Bomber, and then you can just use Heart Pourer, banish it, summon out. Where you at? Where you at though? Where you at though? Symbol blows up the board. Use symbol, bring back Ding to this zone. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 to equip. Ding will equip, blow up the board, detach to protect himself. So now you got your simple skeleton back in the graveyard ready for your turn. And then if you really need to, you can Gizmek summon here and blow up the board again. But you shouldn't need to do that. On your turn, you just like bring Gizmek out and just win. Like you kind of just win right there. You can bring Gizmek out, or you can, like, if you're feeling like you need to be protected, you can just like symbol skeleton, bring out the Galatea. Now you have Crescendo backing you up, and like summon Gizmek, and then you just like kill them with this, because like this is game. So like the deck's really strong, and it pumps out stupid boards like that all the time. So let's go ahead and do 2. We're probably going to do 3 test hands, 3 or 4 depending on what the hands are looking like. I'd like to see if we can get a brick hand, just to see if we can play through it. But yeah, go on to hand number 2. Alright guys, let's go into hand number 2. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Okay, so kind of similar. We drew a Lure and Stark Cannon again, and Twin Twister. So these 3 are the same. We got a couple of starters, so let's go ahead and start with a Lure and see what happens. Okay, that's great. Here you want to go Symbol Skeleton, I think. You should go Symbol to banish. Yeah. I would definitely go Symbol. Let's go Engage and grab our Hornet drones. There's our drones. Simulate a cut. Then drones. Grab Kagari. Kagari effect to grab back Engage. Next you'll want to return. Pitch the Harp, draw 2. You can upstart here, draw another card, just to dig further into the deck. And now we got more than 3 spells in the grave, so we can go Engage again. We're going to grab our Widow Anchor because we already have a Shark Cannon, so we want to grab the other. So we grab the Widow Anchor, and then we get to draw a card. Draw from Engage. Jesus. This hand went from okay to out of hand really quickly. I wonder how far we can go with this. I think we can go pretty nuts. I don't know. Let's go normal summon Harp. Link these 2 into Gala. Use Harp to bring out Nightmare. Ooh, okay. I thought it was something spicier. So instead of using this and this to make Gala, use this and this to make Gala. Yeah, it's a lot better. So we'll do that. Yeah, that's a whole lot better. So you do that. Now you have your Nightmare in the graveyard, and you can do cool stuff with it, like banish it to send World Wand, or Wound. Then use your wand to bring back that symbol you banished earlier. Link these 2 into your Masquerena. Use Galatea's effect to shuffle back. Let's do Nightmare. And grab. Here we can grab the Return. Yeah, here's where I would grab Return. You don't need Babel next turn. You go return. Wait, no, we've already resolved return. So no, don't grab return. You want to grab Babel because we've already resolved return. So you grab Babel. Then you make your ding. And equip World Wand to get it back into rotation real quick. Because we've already got access to Nightmare. We've got Nightmare here. You can set your Shark, set your Widow Anchor, set one of the Twin Twisters, keep the other one in hand for more discard fodder. So yeah, that's a pretty good board. We've got these two in rotation for our next turn. We've got three interruptions, potentially 4 if they're playing like a field spell that matters, like Onion Hanger. So 3 guaranteed interruptions, and 2 more possible interruptions depending on what they've got. But yeah, that's a pretty solid hand. That just like snowballed out of control really quickly because Engage is a stupid card. But let's go on to the third test hand.
Come to the river, let me see the water side. Let me slip into the water, go down until I drown. So I'm sorry for not slipping in, but don't worry.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this hand's pretty rough, but we might get there with this. Draw a card. Okay. Return. Draw 2. Okay. Looking better. Not great, but better. Normal summon. Gizmek effect. 3, 6, 7, 8. Summon itself. Let's check to see what we banished. Okay, so not bad. That's pretty rough, but other than that, it's pretty decent. I'm okay with banishing Engages, honestly. Like, past turn 1 or 2, and especially since now that we've banished this in combination with it, yeah, I don't care that we banished Engage. It's just dead draws later in the game. So now you just go this into this. Do this, well, banish this to summon this. I'm thinking, sorry. Okay, so what I'm thinking about is linking these two in a Long Boy, or you can link these two in a Long Gears too. I guess we could use Symbol to bring back Harp and then link them in the Long Gears too, and then use Harp to bring out. It doesn't really advance the game state any, so we can go ahead and use Ding, equip this. Just go with the standard play, link these two away into Masquerena. Banish this to summon this. Then banish this to dump. This. To get it into rotation. You don't have to dump this. It's optional. And then use Galatea to get Nightmare back into the deck. Grab Babel. Again, I did that just literally because I like to keep that banished while I have Gizmek live. And just kind of set to pass, I think. We can set 2, or you can go wand, bring back symbol, just to have it in rotation. Set these 2. Then, yeah, set those 2, keep twin in hand because it's most irrelevant. Then on their standby phase, use Galatea, shuffle this back. Grab yourselves a crescendo. And yeah, now you're set up, ready to go. Now you're not wasting this, so like you can link these 2 away into the unicorn if you wanted to, or these 2 into bomber, and it keeps this into rotation, which I really like doing that. Okay, pretty solid board. Open kind of meh, and still ended pretty decent. Drawing cards is done, so let's go on to hand number 3 or 4.
We'll find our way in. So I'm sorry for not slipping in, not slipping in, not slipping in.
Got the cut. All right, whamming and gentle whamming. We're back with hand number 4. Let's see how we do. Okay, it's a pretty good hand. It's a pretty good hand. Okay, when I first started playing through this hand, my cat jumped up and deboed my tripod. So I cut that out, and we're gonna go through it again without fighting with all that because somebody decided they wanted to be cute. But let's go ahead. We'll start off with the Math Man to try to bait on a hand trap and just go nuts. We'll dump Harp, use Harp, summon Nightmare, link these 2 to Gala, use Nightmare, target, dump, taking a dump, wand, this to this, this into this, this into this, this into this, this into this, which does this. To grab you, Babel. Then if you want, you can draw more cards here. Or so you can go return, get rid of your Gala, draw 2 to try to draw into more interruption, which we did. We normal summoned already. You could try to special Greffer to have the extra monster, but you don't need to do that. So you just end with a set impermanence in one of the pendulum zones and then pass. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 interruptions, because what you're going to do in their standby phase, you're going to harp, banish the harp, and summon a symbol from the deck. Either a symbol or what's another option? You already got Nightmare, so yeah, you want to go symbol. Summon your symbol skeleton. So now you still have your Masquerena. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 interruptions on their turn. Again, a awkward hand turns into 4 interruptions, which is pretty nice. When you first look at the Orcust board, excuse me, it's not that threatening. You're just like, oh, it's just a Masquerena in a back row. But in all actuality, like, I'm playing hand traps to back it up. I'm playing, like, the deck's really hard to kill, so you know that you're going to live through next turn. I really enjoy the deck. It reminds me a lot of Burning Abyss. I've really enjoyed playing it. I know a lot of people can call me a meta sheep for it, but I've just enjoyed playing the deck. This is the first deck I've played since I came back that I've really had fun playing and enjoyed going through and playing with. But yeah, I hope this combos and kind of like the hand playthrough helped you guys. If you have any suggestions for any of the things that I could have done differently, please leave them in the comment section below. Timestamp it, whatever you got to do. I'm always trying to learn and get better at the game. I'm a very average player. I feel like I'm trying to break over that hump. I've bubbled out at every regional I've gone to this year. I go into the last round and then end up losing and missing out on top. The closest I've gotten was I was 5 spots out of topping Knoxville because I lost in the last round. So there's that. Every other time it's like 20 spots out. My average is like 20 to 30 spots away from getting an invite. The closest I've gotten was 5 spots away. But yeah, I'm just trying to bridge that gap and get over the hump that I struggled to get over before I quit playing, which was topping my first event since coming back. I feel like I've been doing pretty well, but I could definitely use some improvement, and you guys please give suggestions, help me out in the comment section below. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I helped you out, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But that's all I have for you guys today. That's all I have for you guys today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.